Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer. Now, we want to get Alberic's quest done, right? The Trident is... I guess the Trident has limited value if we're just going to have him sit in Marienburg all day. But it does give him some bonus attack on the sea. And the Norskins who are coming in to attack Marienburg and Gorsel, we might be able to routinely catch them at the mouth of the river. We've done it a few times already. And so it will make him a little better at that, I guess. The other reason we really want to get this quest done is that there's 20 chivalry behind it. And, we're doing a pretty good job. We're climbing pretty quickly on that. So we need to finish filling out his army. And we need to teleport to the quest site, get the quest finished. And then we need to pass his army back to Sofia to actually have it go out and do stuff. And I think maybe the play is we just focus on the north the whole time. It feels a little bit like Vengeance. And I know that this is maybe not a good strong Western Christian value, but Vengeance feels good, right? So I think let's just I don't know, I guess we could throw up a weaving house. We have that industry stuff. I can't imagine what else I would want to build here. We're probably going to have a military presence here forever, so I don't need to build a public order building. Yeah, let's throw up a weaving house. That can be the thing that sits here. Alright, so we need to recruit something for Alberic's army. There's no reason to go into the quest value with anything less than 20 men. We could pass one of these peasant units back... Oh, no. Oh, I forgot all about those guys. Okay, well, I guess let's also deal with that, shall we? Now, see, it says that we... I accidentally clicked the help text, apparently. It says that we caught him. But does that mean that when we get over there, he won't be able to ambush us because we know he's laying in wait? Or does it not work that way? My concern is that Gorsel's... Well, Gorsel's walled and has 13 units in it. Maybe we don't have to get over there this turn. So what, we could pull up... I mean, let's just hire a Knight of the Realm, I guess. This makes sense. What is this? The Lord leading this force does not have the... Oh, because these guys are not the... Yeah, these guys we don't have the vow for yet. I'm excited to get them, because it'll be nice to have a better, stand and fight force.
Very well.
But a little more shock cavalry will be fine.
We have met
And then I
before.
guess let's go stand in the reinforcement range of Marienburg. Alright, this is coming along. Pretty soon we'll be able to recruit foot squires, which are great. I don't know why I clicked on this, like it was a different place. What does it take to finish upgrading the port? 11,000. Wow. Okay, that's a lot of money. It is 600 points of extra income. And 50 chivalry. Yeah, we're definitely going to want to do that. Okay, Mousillon is back under control thanks to Chilfroy of the Flame. Once we get its control levels up a little bit higher, I'll feel a lot more comfortable taxing it. Although, actually, we could just upgrade this, and then that would mean we only need... We don't need to keep it untaxed for as long. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's upgrade this, because we're leaving a fair amount of money on the table. It's not a huge amount, but... And this... Maybe we don't need to build walls here. Maybe we can trust Alberic to keep us safe. Or not Alberic, but Luen. To keep us safe, and we'll just, put up a weaving house. Yeah, sure. Let's actually start taking advantage of all of that industry tech we took, huh? Alright, so next turn, this army is full and ready to rock, and we teleport out and do our quest battle. It looks pretty easy. Okay, actually, next turn we go relieve Gorsel. Oh, hey, look! Skaelings! They came in over the land. Can you believe that? Huh.
Yes.
Okay, well, it looks like we have something more important to do this turn. That's fine. I don't think... Have we killed any beastmen this game? I don't think so. And this is this is a thing of the Bretonnian forces, right? Aren't they always dealing with beastmen? Where do I want to place my army?
Impossible.
We can't move far enough to actually launch an attack against either force. I think I want to get in range of Gorsel so that it's hard for, what is this dude's name? Ulruk Graveshaker to take it down. His army is made up mostly of very poor units, but he does have 2 units of Minotaurs and 2 Cygors. Cygors are like, they're huge, and they carry a big rock, and they just like throw the rock at your gate and wreck your gate. So that's a force that I don't want to leave near my city too long, even if the city does have walls. So I guess let's just, let's just boogie on over there. I'm a little concerned that these Skaelings may ignore us entirely and just go to Marienburg. So let's grab Sophia's army and move her to... I want her to be within Luen's, or within Alberic's reinforcement circle, but also in such a place that it's awkward for the enemy. Yeah, okay. Just make these guys have to move a little bit further around her in the hopes that it keeps them from getting to Marienburg. Marienburg's garrison is only 9 units. We really need this upgrade. Next turn we'll have the population. And we may have to build walls. Because we have to leave Marienburg to clear Gorsel relatively frequently. Yeah. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm a little concerned. The armies are close enough together that the Skaelings can't pick us off. I still don't want to do this. Maybe someday. Keep asking me every turn. Things will turn around for you, I'm sure. The Skaelings are probably just going to bail, right? But they might run toward Marienburg. Oh, here they come. Alright, we're working hard on our heraldry. Okay, this is the big one. We'll get plus 100 relations with Britannia right here. How good are our relations with Britannia currently? It's pretty positive, right?
Let the supplicant come forward.
It'll push us to like 200-ish. I don't know if he'll be willing to confederate there. I've never had a force confederate with me unless they were in serious trouble. But the whole Britannian thing might work differently. Right, the only times we've done confederations were like at the end of the Warzag campaign, we were able to get the Greenskins to confederate because they were in grave danger.
I will indulge.
We can't quite reach anybody. That's frustrating. So here's a question. Do I go for the quest battle? Knowing that the quest battle is going to leave our forces somewhat injured. When I also know that we're going to be attacked soon. Yeah, probably. The Trident will definitely help us win this this horrifying battle that's coming up. You have not seen my heart. Stop saying that. You are so weird, Sophie. Alright, she needs Route Marcher pretty badly. She has that procrastinator trait, so I'd like to at the very least offset that. We're going to get a lot of procrastinator traits on our dudes. Alright, let's do it. We are not in march stance, so we should be able to just teleport to this. This is not a very impressive force. Alright, I think we can do this. You are attacking Britannia. Okay, so here's the reinforcements. Empire reinforcements with great cannons, halberds, lots and lots of guns, and a bright wizard. I have some pretty strong feelings about bright wizards after playing Vermintide. I'm definitely nervous. So this affects every enemy around the unit. Who wants to be the scary guy? If we give it to one of our flying units, we could maybe have them... Yeah, we could have them disrupt enemy morale even more quickly. Just drop them on top of that massive handgunners or something. This rogue knight and his army sit in a most defensible position on the far side of the battlefield from the Duke's own force. Between them is an open field offering little cover. Beyond that, Alberic must face the steeled, readied mercenary knights. He must also beware the guns used by these brigands. They would rather shoot from afar than fight with honor and courage. Yet, if Alberic holds true, then no force can forestall his judgment. That's, I guess, the excuse. We don't use guns because we're way into honor and courage. You know what I'm way into? Is not being shot. So, you know what? Listen, I'm not saying we have to build guns. I'm not saying we have to construct a foundry. But we're going to kill all these guys. Let's just, like, take their guns, right? Nobody's going to know. No, I don't think Albrecht's going to go for that. Alright, so if we start here, they start here. It says a most defensible position, but it looks like this is just open terrain. I guess I don't know if this map really depicts elevation. It looks like there's a hill here, maybe?
My friends, we are blighted by savage deception from those we once thought of as brothers. They have stolen the artifacts from beneath us, and now they mock our righteous fury. We will not yield to this curse, no! We will plunge our blades into their ignoble hearts and reclaim our birthright.
Oh, my poor computer having to draw in all the knights one by one.
We will crush these traitors. Now, with me, companions, for Bordeleaux.
I would like to point out that that's not entirely true. They're not mocking our entire nation or anything. They really did just steal from Albrecht personally. This is an entirely personal vendetta, and he's going to get possibly thousands of men killed over it. Oh, okay, so their reinforcements aren't coming in. They start the battle in. Okay, that is going to make things more difficult for sure. So handgunners are, I think, a little bit less good than archers, like crossbows, against... That's not a good way to say it, but a lot of the value, the extra cost that you pay for a handgunner is wasted against a lot of our units that aren't really very armored. Like these guys. How do I want to do this? Well, I want my bows up front, right? Because we need to try to get into range as quickly as possible. The cannons are my biggest concern. My biggest initial concern. Fortunately, we have 3 flying units that can just bypass the enemy entirely and go straight to the dome. Actually, this is the first time we've been in combat with Albrecht since we got his sweet hippogriff, right? So let's take a quick look at that. It's watching me. That's actually kind of creepy. Okay, it stopped. Weird. So yeah, that's pretty cool. He does not look secure on that thing. Have they built him a little golden horse? His saddle is like a smaller animal that he's sitting astride. I guess I don't know how you would properly mount a hippogriff, but that seems very silly to me. And then, of course, we have our regiment of knights there. Various heraldries and whatnot. That's like Paravon, right? These guys, some of these guys are from Paravon. Barbarian worshippers. I mean, they're basically just us, but... Okay. Alright, let's grab our knights and set up... Here, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to break the knights into 2 forces so that we can push from the sides more easily during the battle. And then everybody else is going to be solo. Everybody else is going to be manually commanded. But man, I don't know what... I wish I brought more spears or some halberds or something. I do not know how we're going to approach this. So we need them to come forward a little bit. They can just sit back and shoot at us with cannons. So we have to push them. The best thing to do, I guess, is going to be to make a really thin line, right? If we go in columns, we're going to get torn apart by cannon fire. It's just going to like cascade through tons of dudes. Maybe I want it to be an even thinner line than that. Like, let's move the knights out to the sides. Yeah, let's have these guys like out to the side like that. Try not to get too murdered by all the cannon fire, because it's going to be a real issue. And I guess we just charge across. Got to close the distance. All right, let's do it. Let's issue those initial orders. They are indeed cowards. No doubt about that. Alright, so let's grab all of these dudes and seriously run forward at maximum speed or you will be killed. Okay, this is 2. Yeah, all we have to do is try to distort their formation a little bit. They have a lot of ranged units, so I want to be careful about moving my flyers in because the handguns handguns are going to be a real problem. But it's really important that we disrupt those cannons, like, quickly. So let's have the flyers head out to the, sort of to the sides as well. I don't want to move along a path that's going to put us right in the handgun fire. We'll walk Luan forward with the army a little bit, so to keep people from falling apart too much from cannon fire. His leadership aura. Oh, his leadership aura is huge. That's right, he has all of those buffs. Did somebody just cast a spell on me? Oh, the Bright Wizard shot a fireball. Does it track? It does not. Oh, it does. It totally does. Doesn't track all that well, though. Alright, they're responding already. Let's maybe not go directly into the handgun fire. Okay. So their cavalry are mostly yeomen. Mostly just peasants that they put on horses. They have a couple units of Knights of the Realm. They're guarding this side more heavily because this side is where the cannons are. One cannon is center. Okay, but we've made them... while they're rebalancing their formation like this, they can't reasonably fire at us. So who's the first target? Do I want to try to kill the cannon crew, or do I want to try to take down some halberdiers to allow our... yeah, let's do this. Let's make the first target of the archers the halberds. Try to get our knights in the most effective way. We could probably just do a real charge. Actually, I'm going to send the flyers around the back. Let's see if we can pull some of their gunners out of position trying to hunt our flyers. But I think we might actually be in a position here in a moment where we can charge this flank, because they have as many units of cavalry as we do, but their cavalry is much worse than ours. Actually, these guys should also be forming up. Get ready for the block. Alright, let's see how they respond to the oh. Run, Alberic, run! No, don't turn around so slowly. Oh, ow, wow, that really hurt, actually. Alright. The fire is beginning. Let's turn on lance formation, get that acceleration bonus, because I did not leave us a lot of room to charge. Alright, so they're trying to hold their cavalry, their shock cavalry back in reserve. I say let's not allow that. What are we going to do with the flyers? The flyers are starting to take fire, which means that the handgunners are facing the wrong direction to stop our incoming melee troops. So for now, let's just have the melee troops plan on getting in there and busting some heads. Charge with maximum violence in your hearts. Okay, the foot squares are on this side. That's good, because this side, I think, is the side that's most likely to have to deal with a cavalry charge. On our good troops on it. Alright, you're forming up. It's this unit of handguns here. So the handgunner range is significant. We've disrupted the cannons pretty well by making them move, but they're going to set back up in a moment. You know what? I'm going to have this dude actually fall onto the backside of one of these cavalry groups, maybe. Try to get our knights through their knights as quickly as possible. Do I have a good read on their cone? Can I make a guess? No. The other thing that I'm thinking is that I probably want him to do it while outside of the fire cone. So let's just try to turn them around a bit. Yeah, let's try coming in this way a little bit. So we have Foe Seeker and a Potion of Toughness on this side, and then over here, a Foe Seeker and the Opal Amulet. That is a lot of arrows. Okay, yep, they're going for it. Let's do it. They had another unit of Knights of the Realm. Oh! This group of yeomen is charging directly for the... Huh. Let's change the charge. We'll have Alberic and the guys on this side deal with this. Alright. I know I'm pausing a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't... Huh. Why is the flag over here? If like there's one guy here, I wish the flag would like try to stay near the largest blob of units from that force. All right, starting to see some ranged fire here. Oh, that was clever. They brought their guys back around and charged our engaging knights in the back. Unfortunately, that unit of knights is like completely trapped in there. What abilities do we have access to? We have stuff that just augments him. I don't really have any way of having him help these guys out. We may just lose these guys. But, as horrible as this sounds, our units of knights are less important than they used to be because we can replace them now. He's being magicked. I wonder if that's why he's losing so badly. Alright, Tristan, put a spook into these guys. That's going to have to be good enough. He's got stuff to do. And we're still engaging on their actual forces. I think this would be a good time to maybe re-devote these guys. Alright. Here comes the traitor. Let's get him. Okay, Tristan's going to attempt to save some lives here. Who is the next target for the ranged units? The cannons have set back up. This seems like a good time to maybe take their crew out. We lost a unit of knights there. These guys are basically done wiping out these yeomen, so they should probably... These guys are headed for our archers, right? That's probably what's happening here. Yeah, see if you can stop that. This drops their speed. It increases their acceleration, but drops their speed. So I think I don't want to turn this on. Alright, Alberic has successfully terrified the crap out of those knights. He could probably report back to the battle at this point. It seems like they've moved most of their melee troops away from the wizard. So this might be a good time to have Alberic show up and just terrify the crap out of everybody. His mount does cause terror, I believe. How's this? This is not going that well. Oh, this is a group of knights in battle with some swordsmen. That can just change. They can just not be in battle with those swordsmen anymore. That's fine. They're firing into the cannon crew. The melee troops are moving in on them pretty quickly. Oh, they have line of sight, but... Oh, the crew's fleeing. Awesome. Alright, just try to tie them up. Yeah, the cavalry is tricky, because the position of the flag doesn't seem to have much resemblance to their actual position on the field. Didn't I have a paladin over here? Hadn't I given an order to a paladin to engage this guy? Did I lose a paladin somewhere? No, he's over here for some reason. Okay. Go and handle Guillaume. I guess, thematically, it would be better for Alberic to do it, but Alberic's busy. Why don't you guys try to disengage from those swordsmen? So they've devoted a lot of their melee troops to messing up our horses, and that's why we're seeing a lot less melee guarding their ranged, which is going to turn out not to be that great for them as we kill all of their ranged. Alright, stop those guys. Oof. Alright, we might want to send some more paladins into these fleeing groups of ranged. This is Guillaume. Yeah, don't let him get away. That's going to be a real problem. We're actually... Our ranged units actually drove off those Knights of the Realm. They were just too injured when stuff started. Oh, he's having trouble because he keeps losing sight of the guy. That's annoying. Alright, you guys could probably be doing something else. Alright, let's withdraw these knights and have them, I guess, just like hit the back of this group. This is a group of knights errant. Just like disengage when wounded. Our melee troops are winning the battle with these melee guys pretty thoroughly. What is this? Okay, this is their secondary melee dude. Well, we'll deal with him in a moment. Actually, I guess we could just drop Alberic on him, right? Ah, the wizard's still alive. Alberic should kill the wizard. I don't need that dude turning around and rejoining battle. Okay, Tristan, that's fine. You've done good work. Okay, awesome. Enemy lord is dead. It's a good start. They've gotta just, like, scoop out of here pretty soon. I'm totally forgetting to use our abilities, too, because I'm spacey. So yeah, I've definitely weakened my force quite a bit shortly before a perhaps very important battle. Well, Gorsel's garrison is large and important. What did we actually lose here? It looks like all of our units survived. So that's good. And we will have the Trident, which has some kind of wind spell attached to it, which is fantastic, right? So hopefully that will help offset the loss of combat readiness. Sadly, I think that's Alberic's only legendary item, so that'll be the last time we get a huge boost in effectiveness. If we confederate Britannia, I think we'll get Luan. And if we confederate Carcassonne, we should get the Fey Enchantress, because those are the other two, what do you call it? The other two Bretonnian factions, the ones you can play as. We'll see how Luan feels after we finish the Heraldry of Britannia. So yeah, my micro is still not amazing, but I do think I'm getting a little bit better with cavalry already. A 10% replenishment. I don't think we currently have this leadership buff, but I think we're going to need men for the near future. Okay. And I mean, Alberic's now pretty scary. So, Alberic had a weapon that he no longer has to be equipped with. Do we have weapons for all of our... Ooh. Let's make sure everybody is reasonably equipped. At least as reasonably as we can manage. Okay.
Guardian of Bretonia.
Yeah, we're hurt. It's bad.
Striking out.
I don't usually like to sit in the city because of the danger of the city getting sieged and locking us in place, but I think we need the extra healing. Alright, the Marienburg port is still coming along. We're working on it. Aquitaine could have its... Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to bother. Let's leave some money for recruitment and stuff. I could summon the Green Knight to help defend us against this, but first of all, I think that maybe we should be a little bit more judicious with our summons, and secondly, I'm hoping that it won't be necessary. Alright, the Beastmen have run back into combat range and are raiding, which seems suicidal to me. It makes me wonder if they have another army nearby. Can you move while stealthed? I don't think so, right? We would have saw it run in. Alright, Deadly Onslaught is a pretty okay skill.
What is your behest?
I don't think... He's not close enough to the city.
Do you know who I am?
For me to get reinforcements from the city garrison, so we're going to have to go out there with the actual army. Alright, there's our leadership buff.
Very well, I go.
Okay, 10% ward save. If you're not familiar with ward saves, it just means you take this much less damage. If you have a 10% ward save, you take 10% less damage.
For the lion.
there's a floor, a damage floor. You will always take at least some damage from an attack, but... Oh, hey, wait a second. In that auto-resolve, I think I actually lost knights. Ooh, Tollkeeper's nice. I think I probably want to move the Tollkeeper over to Alberic since he's the one who's going to be sitting home. That's a lot of extra tax rate. That's really nice. Yeah, I actually lost some Knights of the Realm there. Okay, well...
I will. Moving out.
Let's get back to town and recover.
Be upon you.
I have seen the way.
And I guess I'll have her hire some Knights of the Realm and we'll pass them over. This is still enough units. 9 plus 18 plus 13 in the garrison. This is still enough units that it should be scary for these guys to attack us.
We have met before.
But we may have to do an actual defense here. Okay, so let's have a look at her skills. This is the first time we've had a chance to check her spells. What is this? Seed of Rebirth. It kind of looks like a wedge of cheese, right? Like a cartoon wedge of cheese. You see the little holes because in cartoons all cheese is Swiss. So constant self, active if in melee. So she just heals while she's in melee all the time. That's pretty cool. Big melee attack and defense buff. That's actually like a lot. And then Wind Blast, which is a tear shape. Oh, it's a breath attack. All flying enemies on the map just have minus defense and missile parry. That's pretty cool. A similarly big, as big as Harmonic Convergence debuff, and a great big Thunderbolt. And then eventually, she can learn to summon a Comet. I'm excited about that. And Chain Lightning. Okay, Chain Lightning is one of my favorite things in any game because it's always extremely easy to use and difficult to screw up. So, I kind of want to take Route Marcher. Like, I pretty much always take this first, but getting into her skills sounds really valuable. Let's be good at movement.
The lady wills
Okay.
it.
Let's summon, like, a lot of knights. They're 250 each. Okay. If these guys don't attack us this coming turn, our army's going to be huge when they finally do attack us. And I think I'm not going to bother to take Questing Vow on him. Should he just get the blessing, the always-on blessing of the lady? No, I'm gonna move up the chivalric code here. He's gonna be a stay-at-home lord, but he's still gonna fight dudes all the time, probably. Alright, come on. Please tell me that they're too cowed to attack us. Nope, they're coming for it. Ah, what a shame. Oh, I see. When the city's under siege, the garrison from the city can't help in the battle against the other force. Okay, so
I go hence.
why can I not spawn the Green Knight? Because I'm kind of thinking like maybe this is a good time. This is actually like this would be really bad if we lost
Your
it.
behest? For the king.
Sadly, Sophia does not have Lightning Strike. Boy. This is ugly. I think we're going to have to manual battle this. Right, there's no situation where it's better for me to just call this attack off and do something else. Oh, I don't even have the option. Alright, here we go. Okay, Felman Ingerson's army is large. There's a lot of bodies in this army, but these units are terrible. The dogs are really bad, although they're good at harassing archers. And these marauder dudes just seem to be They're probably better fighters than, like, peasant mobs, but I don't know that they are better fighters than, say, the men-at-arms that we have recruited. And if we can break the Skaelings here, then that gives us the opportunity to summon up a bunch of knights and make things all good again. This is our moment of weakness because of all the damage that I took not doing a very good job in that quest battle, and then the fact that somehow a bunch of our knights died while fighting beastmen, which seems very silly. I suppose if we had manualed the battle, I'm sure our guys would have been fine. The problem is that we couldn't by auto-resolving, couldn't guarantee that our cavalry would behave in a sensible way, and so I bet what happened is that our cavalry effectively charged into a lot of... Wow, that's a pretty good starting power reserve. We're not going to gamble that. Okay, so mounted yeomen do have vanguard placement. So actually what we could do is just like start our yeomen up here, charge these dogs right away, and then have them fall back. Is that a stupid idea? Because it seems like it might be really good. Okay, so our reinforcements are coming in here, and their reinforcements are actually coming in from over here, and this is the scarier army by far. So maybe the play is that we all start over here. And maybe I still do the thing I was thinking, just on this side, charge these dogs. Is this a good idea? Some of us are probably going to get bogged down by these guys. Like, this is the scary army. These guys have trolls and stuff. Boy. And maybe we just ignore these guys entirely until, you know, later in the battle. The problem is that this guy is sort of the king of this force, and if we can't bring him down, we won't get that big leadership bonus. Or that big leadership penalty for them, rather. Okay, what if we start these guys over here, like, in the trees? Can we get them all to be hidden? Yeah. Okay. So here's the plan. These dudes are going to form up with the incoming Alberic army. And then these guys are going to charge the back of the enemy army as things go on. Alright. Here come our fellows. Alright, I wanted to set up far enough away that I was sure they wouldn't get spotted by troops just walking in. Come on. I'm a little worried that they seem to be fanning out in that direction, though. Right, these Chaos Chariots are headed that way. Why? Why would they be doing that? Oh, man. If they accidentally blunder into my ambush force, that's going to be really bad for us. Okay, so let's grab all of the archers. Put them together in a group just so that I can quickly command the ranged... This is not all of my archers. Did I lose archers, too, in that auto-resolve? Ugh. Okay, so let's have a look at this force. This is the scary force. So they have some ranged units here. Marauder horsemen with throwing axes. But they're not very scary ranged units. These Marauder horsemen also have throwing weapons. So they don't have a lot of ways of dealing with our flying units. But we have to be wary of the ones they do have. And aside from that, it is still mostly Chaos Marauders. The guys with the great weapons are better against armor. So we want to try to make our foot squares not be engaged with them. And the trolls are just scary. Trolls are tough. I don't think they're all that good against arrows, though. Unfortunately, I didn't bring any fire arrows, but that would actually be really helpful here because Chaos Trolls have regeneration. And units with regeneration take bonus damage from fire. Okay, here's the rest of the archers. Oh, we actually have a ton of archers between these two forces. People are still sort of arriving piecemeal. Alright, so I think their play is going to be to try to merge up, probably. Oh, that makes this dangerous. And these guys are going to get obliterated by chariots. The chariots, I learned in my Empire game, the chariots are maybe the best units that Chaos has. They never seem to die. They can take a lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect one-on-one and win. So, what do? We charge them like this, right? We just like charge up and try to intercede, not allow them to get to the people they're trying to get to. Okay, these are my other units of horses. If we threaten them with our horsemen, make them respond, I don't know. We might be able to stop them from just walking walking straight across the field, at least. Our units are tired as hell, by the way. Very tired is not a good place to be. But we're going to have a much better chance of surviving this if we can take them one-on-one. Or if we can take them one force at a time, I mean. Certainly not take them one-on-one. I will do anything to avoid a fair fight. Send the flyers forward, and you have a 200-yard range on this. Oh, I can't. I don't even get a targeting circle. I just get to target a unit, and it tells me whether that unit is... Oh, wait. Does it affect everybody in range of the ally? Or what? It's got like a weird... additional armor. Oh, okay. It's defense and attack right now, but it can become armor. That's pretty powerful. So when I don't have it in overcast mode, though... Oh, it's when I mouse over this unit I can see its current firing arc, because it's a ranged unit, that's all. Okay. What's the duration? 24 seconds. Alright, we don't want to cast it yet. Oh, please don't discover us. If they discover us, we're going to have to... Aha! Crap. Crap. I guess we just hit them? My concern is that the chariots are large enough and heavy enough that they're not going to be like bowled over by a charge. And a unit of chariots can probably take like 2 or 3 of these units. That said, let's give them the charge a little bit. Actually, you target here. You target here. We might be able to wipe out this unit of Marauder Horsemen, or at least make them break off and run away. Yeah, I'm not pleased at all with how this went. I am not a tactical genius. Who would have thought? So yeah, you see, this is part of what makes these guys frustrating, is that they can fire while moving and not even just in the same direction that they're moving in. So we're never going to catch these dudes. They're too fast. That our units are fresh. They're just not fast enough. But maybe we can break those guys off and like actually do some meaningful damage to these chariots, because that would be cool. If we could hurt the chariots before the proper fight starts. But look at, they are enduring all kinds of stuff. They're taking no damage at all. That's my experience, is that the chariots just don't take damage from things. Yeah, and these guys are so mobile. Alright, yeah, they're just trying to blob up. Okay. I think this is just going to have to turn into me harassing the melee. I can't see anything else for these guys to do. The Marauder Horsemen are going to run away too effectively. The way I beat every unit of Marauder Horsemen during my Empire campaign was I just made them flee by seeing all of their allies flee. Like, I was not at any point able to actually catch and fight them. So where's Albrecht? Albrecht is the most terrifying of us. He should, like, drop in on top of their leader, maybe? Or maybe we need him to fight Chaos Trolls. And I'll send each paladin at one of the units of Chaos Trolls as well. Let's see if we can just break these dudes up. Okay. Oh, there's a cavalry charge that's doing something. Okay, those mounted yeomen were not successful in catching up with those dogs and defeating them somehow. How far back are my other guys? Oof, really far back. Yeah, this is gonna be terrible. I still have units coming in. Somehow. Garrison from the city, probably. Okay, paladins. Pop your various abilities. Get some vigor back, because you're going to need it for the fighting. Yeah, sure. Charge the back of this melee blob. Make them regret stopping. You can see the chariots are turning around and starting to come after us, though. That's gonna do some real damage. We're doing a lot of morale damage to these chaos trolls, though, and actually a lot of just like normal damage. All right, and here come the ranged troops. Oh, thank God. Okay, so both of you bail out. Where's the rest of those horses? You guys are group 4. Just so I can keep track of them.
Withdraw!
Okay, the yeomen are retreating. Refocus on those dudes. Oh, I should be turning on lance formation and then doing my charges. Okay, if we can defeat the lord of this army, that will help a lot. All right, we've done a real number on these chaos trolls already. Let's have a couple units of our Knights of the Realm disengage into charges. Make sure that lance formation is on for that acceleration boost so that they can change direction easily. Alright, who has... Where is our caster here? Because this would be a good time to maybe start throwing buffs out. She's not close enough. Alright. We can throw some buffs on the normal dudes. Alright, I know it's scary, but just get in there. I promise you, this could work. This is maybe a real strategy. Alright, the archers are doing their thing. We have a lot of ranged units, so can she cast on... Yeah, let's just throw it up on somebody. Because right now we're not getting any meaningful magic regen. Alberic, pull back. All right, we've got the trident ability up for dealing with these guys. Actually, let's do that. Let's have him head over there and try to deal with these guys. All right, you dudes. Ooh, no. One of you hit the chariots. Like, notice all of their units are all torn up except for the chariots, which are invulnerable. Not doing any damage at all to the one chariot that stayed behind to mess with us. Let's see if you can disengage before you die. We're losing a lot of dudes here. Okay, the chariot that Alberic is fighting. Yeah, okay, I was gonna have Alberic run over here and try to drop the wave upon them, but maybe it would be better if he just tried to kill this other chariot. We'll pop his heroic killing blow. Yeah, look at that. Wow, he really messes them up. Right, try to prevent these dudes from actually getting away. Oh no, not my hidden units. They were so hidden that I didn't even know they were here. No, I'm trying to... These guys. Unit selection is weird sometimes. It's not always the case that you can even grab the thing you're trying to grab. Alright. If this is a breath attack... Oh, they've sent the dogs. That's pretty good play. This is what happens when I'm not watching the whole battlefield. Okay, so let's try to get Alberic in a position to throw his wind out. What's the range on it? Oh, it's pretty short, actually. He has to be really close. Maybe the best way for him to do this would be for him to fall back over to here and shoot it up their line, and that way he can help to defend the archers. Oh, you guys aren't part of the archer group for some reason. Alright, and all of the knights, basically, get back here and try to do something about this. And the foot troops should fall back into some kind of defensible formation. Oh wait, where's my paladins? I only see one paladin. Did the other one die? Or maybe get run off? Looks like it might be the case. Well, speed and vigor, fellas. Is there anything else? For some reason, the Steam notifications for this game appear in the top right over all of the buttons. You guys can't see that stuff because I'm capturing the game source directly, but basically every time I want to press a button, one of my friends, and it's the same one over and over again, is just starting this one game. I guess he's having some kind of technical problem. But I can never tell where play is because... you guys deal with that. Okay, well, the dogs are already pretty much routed, because dogs are terrible units. Who's about to be in real trouble? These guys could use a little help. And our damsel's in, like, our prophetess, rather, is in real bad shape. So I'd like her to get over here, but, be sort of far away from enemies, but still sort of in combat. Actually, you know what? Those archers are probably dead. Alberic, we gotta get your ability off here. Wait. Why did it suddenly unselect him? That's weird. Alright. Here's hoping. Here's hoping that this will be meaningful in some way. Alright. Felman Ingerson, this guy. This guy is a problem. So a lot of our units are kind of out of position. In really bad places. Some of them, because they were caught running away. Okay, you guys are going to have to... Our foot squires are in trouble. How long? What's the cooldown on this thing? Not terribly long. Okay, it's slow moving and it doesn't do a lot of damage. Good to know. Alright. Here we go. Felman Ingerson is getting his face torn off by our paladin. Yeah, Alberic showed up and dealt the last blow, but like he almost wasn't even needed. Let's kill their other lord and completely destroy their morale. Alright, we've run off that unit of horse throwing weapon guys. Jeez. I don't know, just keep firing arrows into their ranged troops, keep them off of us. Where are my horses right now? Let's pull our cavalry, some of our cavalry to the side here. Actually, you are probably all that's needed for this. You help with the charge on these guys. And you, I guess, head over here. Try to get a little charge into their undefended flank. Once we kill this guy off, Alberic can just drop into the middle of the enemy formation over here and terrify the crap out of them. Alright, let's throw down the spell. Foot squires, be mighty, because we need you to be mighty. It's like really important. Alright, those guys are running. We don't want to be firing into melee too much. Okay, our cavalry have shown up to hopefully cover that. Albrecht, you forget who you were supposed to be fighting? Get him, use your killing blow. Let no dogs stop you. Let's drop all of the paladin abilities in. None of our horses actually made it over to the place that I told them to go. Death embraces your lord. Oh, okay, not Albrecht, the prophetess. Albrecht is a little surrounded. He needs to pull out. Albrecht, quickly. Quickly now. Okay. You only really get one chance at the Wrath of Manan. It has a pretty long cooldown. Okay, well, we lose. Dude, take off. Take off. I don't want you to die. Flee from battle. Where's the flee button? Withdraw. Nope. I clicked it, but it didn't matter. I was too late. That's really bad. Felman Ingerson's army took very little damage there. Man, I don't have any idea what's going to happen now, but this is pretty bad. We might lose Gorsel and maybe even Marienburg to that. Well, the good news is we have a lot of money. We can hire an army in Marienburg, hire a lord in Marienburg, and begin recruiting quickly. But a new lord is not going to have the Knight's Vow. Yeah, this is bad. This is a situation that's going to demand some recovery. I mean, I would hate to have to scoop out of Marienburg entirely and just rebuild in Bordeleaux, but maybe that's what's happening. On the plus side, we no longer have to put up with lesser melee troops. We have access in Bordeleaux to foot squires and halberds and stuff. So I know our infantry is never going to be great because we're Britannia, but we do have the top of the line of what we have access to. Oh, look at this. 486, losses 70. We don't have access to damsels yet. We do have access to paladins, proper paladin recruitment. Oh, we have access to paladin recruitment because of the building in Marienburg, though. So if we lose Marienburg, we'll lose that. Boy, I don't know what we're going to do here. Let's have the game actually finish loading me out here so that I can see what the situation is.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
Yeah. Oh no, we lost our pigeon plucker pendant. And Sophia was killed. And Tristan became sober. See, he saw some serious shit. Alright, we need a new leader for this army. Plus ambush chance seems fine. Plus melee attack is not really great. So this is... Which army is this? This is the... Okay, this is Alberic's army. Gee, I don't know, man. I kind of think we want a melee lord. Because I don't think we want to have a caster lord be our only... Ah, man. Raymond the Guardian.
My reputation precedes me.
Okay, and then this is the other army. So, Heavens... What do you think? Heavens and Beasts. I mean, Heavens sounds good. Leadership plus 10. Melee attack up is probably not useful for these guys. Honestly, what we really need is to get a prophetess leveled up enough to have a flying
Devotee of
mount.
the lady.
Okay, for some reason the game rotated my camera a bunch. I don't like that.
We have met before.
That seems unlikely.
Your demand
Yes, so
is certain.
Gorsel's... I'm trying to select my
Yes?
army. I have a guy with a level up. Gorsel's just lost.
Your coming was foretold.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Gorsel's definitely screwed, and this army is definitely screwed. If I disband these paladins, it'll send them back to the recruit pool. They'll be available again in a few turns, I think. And as such, they won't be able to die. I don't know if that's right. Will I be able to hire them back? I think so. I really don't want them to die, you know? Tristan in particular is, like, very well developed and powerful.
Blessings of the lady be upon you.
It's possible that they would just be wounded when the city is taken.
I have seen your heart.
But I don't feel very confident about that.
I know.
Oh, yeah, it's still the same turn. Right, well, flee. Try your best to get back to Marienburg.
No.
Let's try it. Let's try disbanding them to get them out of here. Because I really... this is maybe a little abusive game mechanics-y, but I really don't want them to be in the city when it falls. Okay, so if we disband him, he's the one that I wouldn't mind losing if it came to that. No, it looks like he's just gone. He's not in the recruit menu or anything. Okay, so we will not disband Tristan. We'll just hope that Tristan only gets wounded instead of getting killed. And we'll hire a new force in Marienburg since we're about to lose that one. So the pool of lords, unfortunately, is all casters. I really want like a melee lord. Alberic will be back in 5. Who's going to have the best chance of holding this city? It looks like nobody in particular is better at holding the city. I guess let's hire a beast prophetess just because we don't have one yet, and I'm curious what that... Oh, nice. Recruited at level 2, so we can in fact start hiring knights right away.
Is clear.
Okay, let's do it. Let's hire some knights right away.
At once.
We'll bring in some Knights of the Realm. And then we want to bring in also... Man, it's going to take 4 turns to pull foot squires through the global pool. That really sucks. We're going to want archers. Maybe I should just go with the fire archers for the higher weapon damage. The poison buff is powerful. Why don't we go like this? Yeah, we're just going to have to pull the army over several turns.
Sorceress.
This is ugly. Alright, they're going to take Gorsel this turn, I have to imagine. There's no reason for them to sit outside the walls anymore. Well, it's giving chase. I think our retreat will give us, yeah, enough room to get away. They're actually taking a really long time doing that. If they're not careful, they're going to give me a chance to get back in this. I think what I'm actually going to do here is just hand off all of these guys and disband Vivienne.
Devotee of the lady.
Okay, so we have an army. It's coming. We don't have a lot of ground troops. I guess I'll just hire men-at-arms. We don't really need shields, I think. We'll just have to sit here for a couple of turns. How many groups of knights do I really want in this army? This army's going to be pretty high upkeep, and my impression is that the knights are not even really that good at holding people in place. We need more... We need more just foot soldiers. People who can stand around and be kind of cheap and... Well, I mean, we're... Sure. We're potentially riding to save Gorsel. Maybe. Depending on if they let us have the 2 turns that I want. Wouldn't it be cool if we actually managed to pull this off? You know what? This might be a good reason to call him the Green Knight.
The lady.
We're going to get to use him 2 more times after this. It's like we definitely want to have him for the final climactic battle. Oh, we could hire a paladin. There's a loose paladin in the pool. Yeah, so we'll do that next turn. The Virtue of Knightly Temper. That one's fine, I guess. Oh, wow. It's just strictly worse than Virtue of the Ideal? I mean, I guess, given the name, that may make sense that Virtue of the Ideal would be the best one. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, he appears over here, not on the army that I had. Okay, well, I'm glad I hit it this turn. Quickly. Quickly, with all of your riding.
Welcome, friends. Let's hope we can come to an...
Aw. We have Paravon's... Yeah, we have Paravon's thing researched. Heraldry. Why couldn't I think of the word heraldry? So let's get a defensive alliance and military access from them. Because now they love us. Confederation is not on the table. Again, I don't think I've ever seen somebody confederate unless they were going to get wiped out anyway. Let's just make sure that we are at maximum diplomacy. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Make sure we have maximum diplomacy with our friends here. Okay, still no on that. Is our opinion with them climbing? It is. Okay. They seem to not actually care about this war against the Scaling. What about you guys? You guys care about Scalings, right? Military actions against Scaling, 13. Yeah, that's not bad. Very friendly and improving. Alright, I know that this video is running a little bit long, but let's try to see some kind of conclusion to the saga of the Great Battle of Gorsel here. Although I suppose if we do have to do another manual battle, I won't want to do it in this episode.
Welcome, friends.
What's up, Paravon? Absolutely not. You are not going to drag me into some kind of ridiculous wood elf war. I have enough problems. Are those guys just leaving? They're just gonna... They figured this army's got it. We'll just go home. Okay, let's grab a paladin. Bertrand de la Saracen. That is not that great. Okay, I like this.
Paladin, ever faithful. I will lead by example.
Do we still have the gear? No. People who leave our employ take their weapons and stuff with them. Sure, 10% ward save. Alright, if these guys actually do just leave, and we're able to fight just the one stack,
We have met before.
that would be pretty cool. Okay, so let's do a 1 turn worth of pulling guys together, I guess. Can't really be too many guys. We probably have enough ranged units already. Oh no, I need to leave 1 space in the army for the Green Knight. Alright. Maybe we're going to be able to pull this off? Really, it really depends on whether we're able to catch these armies by themselves, I think. I can't believe they still haven't attacked Gorsel yet. Because it would be a free take. Like there's no chance Gorsel's... Actually, has Gorsel's garrison regenerated by now? Oh hey, what's up guys? Hell yeah! I totally forgot. I totally forgot about all of the Empire sub-factions. We probably could have a bunch more trade agreements. Is this the turn? No, he's going away for some reason. Well, maybe we didn't need the Green Knight for this after all. Alright, we've got the Heraldry of Britannia. Okay, we can't...
It shall come to pass.
Oh, actually, we can... Oh, no, we can't quite get close enough to get within reinforcement range for the battle, I think.
What is your behest?
We're coming. We're coming. Green Knight's coming too. He's a champion. He said it in a spooky voice, so I'm inclined to believe it. Alright, let's, I guess let's finish out the heraldry tree so that we can get the unification of Britannia. There's 10, 20, 30, 50 more chivalry that we can just research here. Do we get chivalry for picking these up? No, we just get... They give us more chivalry for military victories. How are we doing on this, by the way? Okay, so you do lose chivalry for defeats. And you don't get as much chivalry for worse victories, which I think is almost backwards, right? It should be more impressive that we were willing to sacrifice a lot in pursuit of our victory. But I think we're going to have to call it here for today. Come back next time for the resolution of some of this tension. Are we actually going to be able to stop them from taking Gorsel? Yeah, it looks like Gorsel's garrison has largely regenerated. It's not quite as big as it once was. I think it was 13 units at one point, right? But it's there. Alright, well, come back next time. The second Great Battle of Gorsel. And we'll see you then.